Hey, g'day legends, and thanks for tuning in. This week's video, we're back on the Dizzy Barra. I've got to stack more parts to get this thing running on the Carby and get it driving around the paddock. So do yourself a favour, grab your frothy coffee, kick back, relax, and enjoy the vid. Rightio, so not much has changed from last video. We've just moved it from out in the weather, under the shade here in the shed, so that's a good head start. Got back onto Cody and he's managed to print me off, oh, this is actually the third print. But yeah, this is our Carby adapter and I've deleted the breadboard already, so that's gone, and I've sized this up and it looks like it's going to work a treat. So I reckon first move we do is get that Carby adapter bolted on and go and retrieve the Carby for this thing. It's sitting on an old Dodge truck out there. So we'll get this bolted on, go and get that Carby. Yeah, then we'll have to set up the fuel system for this thing. I've got a little electric pump for it, so forget all that happening. Yeah, see if we can get this thing running on that Carby. I've got all new exhaust manifold bolts for this thing. I got some bolts for the drive line, source the flywheel. Haven't got pressure plate or clutch yet, but yeah, if we can get this thing fired by the time I do that, hopefully I've got the bits I need to get this thing driving. But yeah, first things first, let's get this Carby on. Rightio, so like I said, I already moved the old breadboard block off plate, so I don't have a new gasket and this one's pretty daggy, but yeah, we're going to do the right thing and just put some goo on him. So I'll just slaz him up a bit, put a bit of Permatex everywhere, because that's what we got, so that's what we're doing. Bang some on that adapter too. Oh yeah. If I had a few people in the comments on my last video actually asking about either a whole kit or whatever. Seems a few of you are interested, so if you are, let us know, and or even if you're just interested in this adapter, which I don't know how good it's going to work, but we're going to find out in this video. If you're keen on the adapter, let me know and I can get Cody to print some off, but I reckon we're going to find out this video if it's going to work or not. Going to be interesting, that's for sure. But one way or another, we're going to find out. Like I say, these manifolds have that, they've got that set of butterflies in them where they open up. They either go, like I think it changes how long the intake runner length is, so it's going to be interesting to see which way, how good it runs with those butterfly switch too, because it may be a matter of playing with that to get it to go right. Get these done up. Well, I'll get these done up and yeah, we'll go and rip that Carby, I think. Rightio, this is the big girl. We're going to rip the Holley off, and it was running like a hairy goat last time I started it, so we're just going to do the right thing and bang it on there and see if we can't get it to run, but she might need a bit of fettling, but anyway, we'll rip her off and see what we're working with. Yeah, so I rescued that Carby off that Dodge truck and looks like she's been eating a little bit of water, or at the very best, all the rain has just caused a lot of condensation. So I'll give this a little clean up and yeah, bang her on and hook a fuel system up. Yeah, so I just cleaned that Carby out, got everything sort of moving and free on it. Everything was blocked, needle and seat was stuck. Jets were blocked, everything was, yeah, not looking good, but I just went to sit this thing down here and Just worked out the throttle linkage foul straight on the adapter, so I've kind of cannibalized the second print that Cody did, and yeah, it's going to slaz that down there, and hopefully that gives us enough clearance. Otherwise I'll probably have to give this thing a bit of a haircut on the linkage, but yeah, about to find out. So I'm going to slap this thing on and see what we got. Rightio, so I got that Carby bolted on the adapter now. Should have the vacuum lines blocked off. That's all sorted. Did some boring stuff off the video, tapped out all them holes, bolted that exhaust manifold on. One of you commented in the last video about those extractors not fitting, and you were right, they are for a earlier engine, like an EL or AU or something, so they're not going to fit, so we're just going to run the exhaust manifold for now. Which, yeah, this thing's no powerhouse anyway, it's not going to make much of a difference. I've hooked that fuel system up, got some fuel into the Carby, so that theoretically we could crank it up now and fire it, but what I'm thinking is I might set the battery up in this thing. I bought some battery cable, so we might get it in the car, might make it a bit easier going forward. And when I did some shopping, I couldn't find a Barra flex plate, an old Barra flex plate anywhere in town. It's going to cost me $500 for a new kit, and the clutch plate was going to be wrong anyway because of the T5 gearbox. So what I ended up doing was buying a EL Falcon clutch kit, thinking I was going to have to re-drill the flywheel to make it work. But if you actually have a look, I got this thing sitting on there, and it's like a mil and a half out, but the bolt pattern for the pressure plate and the dowels are actually identical. So I'm either going to just drill these holes out a size or two bigger, the dowel holes and the mounting bolt holes, or just get the die grinder, sort of elongate them a little bit. But this pressure plate is going to work with that Barra flywheel like mint. So that's another, well, see if it works first. I don't see why it won't, but yeah, it's another trick for you blokes if you want to put a T5 behind a Barra. All you're going to have to do by looking at it is just, yeah, give these holes a little touch up. That's going to work. Obviously, like I said, I still got to work out the clutch apply situation. I think I'm going to make a bracket to make a slave to push the throw out for, because these things have a pull cable on them for the clutch, which we don't have anymore. We've got the hydraulic pedal box in this thing. So like I say, I'm going to go ahead. I think I'll put the battery and the cables in this thing. We've already got the fuel hooked up. Once that's done, yeah, we might crank her up, see if that Carby's going to work. Like I said, that Carby is pretty ratchet, but anyway, we'll give her a go, and then once that's sorted, we can move on to, yeah, get the flywheel on this thing and get a gearbox in it. Rightio, so I got the battery sat inside here, got the cables run. Give it a quick crank on the starter, seems to be working. The starter was acting up, it didn't want to work, but I give the old screwdriver trick on the solenoid. Now she's turning over, so she's got some fuel up to it now, sort of overpowering the needle and seat a bit, so it should have enough fuel. So let's kick this thing in the guts and see if she'll run. Get that down there. Alrighty. Oh yeah. Accelerator pump is not working. Alright, take two. Oh yeah, she runs on the Carby. Oh yeah. So I've got this little inline pump here. I haven't hooked it up yet, so when the time comes to yeah, drive this thing, I'll hook it up. But just for now, I wanted to give that Carby some fuel and see if it ran, and it did the thing. So all right, that's giving me some more go-go juice to get going. So yeah, next move is we rip that bell housing back off, get the flex plate off it. We'll get that we'll get that clutch modified first. That's our next move before we go anywhere actually. So yeah, I'll clean that flywheel up. We'll get this pressure plate modified. Once that's done, yeah, rip the old flex plate off, get that flywheel on, start working on this drive line. Rightio legends, so I went ahead, hit these things with the dial grinder, and yep, it's come up a treat. So I don't know if you can tell sort of how much I had to slot them holes. It wasn't a big deal, but yeah, I had to do it to the dowel pin holes and the bolt mounting hole. So I've got 3 bolts tighten up on this thing now, so I know that's going to work. I've got the new clutch plate sitting on the gearbox, so that's the correct spline. Got a new throw-out bearing. There should be a throw-out bearing in here. Yep, new throw-out bearing, pilot bearing, and even a clutch lining tool. So I'm going to get this flywheel cleaned up, get it in there, get this clutch on, and then yeah, I've got to tap the threads out in the bell housing. What I'll probably end up doing is get the clutch on, get the bell housing up there, and then yeah, offer the gearbox up to it after. So let's get this on and yeah, see how she looks. Rightio, so as you can see, got that clutch set up there. Obviously, yeah, flywheel's bolt on, clutch is on. For those of you wondering, that's the clearance we got with those Allen key headed bolts. But like I say, they clear, everything's tight. Got the clutch line tool, so the gearbox should just slip straight into there. Got the bell housing here, ready to go. So yeah, happy with that. That's all sorted. That's a big headache out of my road. So now I'll get this bell housing on and yeah, slide this gearbox in, eh? Rightio, so I got that gearbox in position there. Don't mind that bit of timber there. I don't have a transmission mount yet, so I just put that bit of timber in there to space it up correctly. And I've got a drive shaft sitting in this thing now just to check length. It's obviously got the right yoke on it, so it's going to work out good, and it looks plenty long enough to, once I put that 9-inch center in there, looks plenty long enough so I can just shorten it up to suit. So yeah, that's a bit of a victory as far as all that's concerned. Obviously I haven't worked out what I'm doing with the clutch yet. What I was talking about earlier was I want to use those 2 mounting bolts on the gearbox where it bolts the bell housing, make a bracket and push that throw-out fork out. Obviously it's a pull style factory in these Falcons, but we don't have that set up anymore. We've got a hydraulic clutch, so yeah, I'm gonna make a bracket. I don't know if it'll be in this video or not, because it'll drive without having, you know, the clutch work off the foot. I'll just jam it in gear and start it if I have to, but yeah, that's the plan. Like I said, I don't know if it's gonna happen yet, but yeah, big progress. Got the box in, so now I gotta go to my dad's place, get the center section out of the 9-inch I've got, bang it in this, make the shaft, and yeah, after that's done, we gotta probably hook the fuel pump up and see if we can get this thing running, stay running, rev up, all that jazz, which with that dinky carburetor, I'm not too sure, might have to borrow another one. And yeah, hook up accelerator cable and drive the big unit. So anyway, that's what I've got left ahead of me, so I'm gonna rip into it. Rightio legends, so as you can see, you got this thing jacked up. I pulled the axles out of it, like I was saying to you earlier. This thing didn't have a center section in it, so I pulled apart the 9-inch that I had. Turns out it had an open center in it, so I did the right thing and just yeah, welded up the spider gears there. So didn't go ham with it, but yeah, shouldn't spin 2 wheels anyway. We're only playing with this thing on dirt, so not sure what gear ratio it is, probably something poxy like 273 or 292s or something like that. But anyway, gonna sit you down, gonna slam this in. I've already got a drive shaft sitting up in there. Should be close to the right length, but once this is in, we'll work that out, modify it if we have to, and then yeah, work on getting some wiring sorted out and see if we can actually make this thing run with that Carby. Rightio, so the center section's in there, as you just seen. I banged the axles back in it, and I had a look at the drive shafts that I've got here. So this one would have worked if it had the right uni on the end, but it doesn't fit the diff. I just tried to get a changeover uni with no luck. So what I'm probably gonna have to do is cut the end off this shaft here, cut the end off this one, because that's got the right uni. So yeah, we'll do a bit of backyard balancing and get this thing knocked up and slap her in there. Rightio, so it's a new day. I had to think about it overnight. I didn't have the right bits to put the star shaft in. Those straps are the wrong size. So I thought I had to go to town and get the right ones. So I did the right thing and just diagrammed them out, slotted them, put some longer bolts in. I didn't have any other bolts to bolt it in, but yeah, so the drive shaft is in for now. She should do what we want to do, and if it doesn't, we're going to find out. So I'm going to head back up the front. I can't get that Carby to stop flooding, so I'm going to have to pinch some bits off another Carby, try and make it work. Got a bolt of gear stick on, still haven't got a clutch yet, so may not. I've got an idea for that, but yeah, we'll move to the Carby and see if we can get this big girl running and idling. Rightio, so I've done a little bit off camera. Again, I got the accelerator cable. This is an old Valiant. She's kind of sort of bodgy, hooked up. It seems to be working for now. Swapped out that other Carby. That other Carby, I just couldn't stop it overriding the needle and seat. It was just flooding its guts out. So this thing, I don't know when the last time I was used on a car. It was full of hornet's nest, but I cleaned it out, but it seems to not be overpowering the needle and seat, so that's good. Fuel pump's wired up, so haven't actually checked it with the fuel pump. I've just primed it with this, but the other one was flooding just by priming on the boat tank. So we might hit the fuel pump for a start and see if the doesn't seem to be flooding. Accelerator pump seems to be working. All right, let's see what we got. That's not good. I'll put this out and we'll be right back. Rightio, so fires are out. Made a couple of mods to this thing. Fair warning, I did just fire it up 5 seconds ago, so you're not getting the first shot of it running on the Carby, but fingers crossed, when I hit the key it does fire up because it was idling 5 seconds ago, so let's see what we're working with here. Alright, it's ignition and fuel pump on. Oh yeah! How good is that? Oh, we did it. It's a Barra running on a Dizzy and a Carby. She sounds like she needs a massive tune up. I might check all these spark plug wires. Sounds like she's down a pot or two, but there it is. It's running on a Carby and a Dizzy, so that is awesome. Like I say, I'll give this thing a quick check over, make sure nothing's fallen off or something hasn't gone wrong, and then yeah, the clutch, like I said, the clutch doesn't work, but I'm thinking I might be able to jam it in gear, crank it up, and yeah, take it for a little drive. So I'll give her a once over and see if we can take it for a drive, eh? Rightio, so we're in the cockpit. So like I said, we've got no clutch. Seat's not bolted in, as you can see. But, all right, so I think that's reverse. Sounds like reverse, so hit the ignition. We should go backwards. Oh yeah! How good is this? Right, better shut it down. She seems like it's still got a bit of compression, the old girl. Alright, let's shove her in first. And I don't even know where we're going to go. The yard's a mess at the moment. We might sling her over that way. We might get bogged, but we'll try and go that way, I think. Alright, see if she starts in first. Oh yeah. that was awesome. You can probably tell it's running like a hairy goat. So I checked all them plug wires and they all seem to be on, but probably gonna have to give it a bit more of a, obviously a bit more of a tune up. But before I go thrashing this thing anyway, it doesn't have any brakes, doesn't have any clutch, so it's pretty sketch driving it. But obviously I got the 5 acre, so I can spin it around without hitting anything. But yeah, I do want to take this thing to the track. So next video you'll see on this thing, it'll have brakes, it'll have a clutch. I'll tune that engine up. I don't even know what the timing's at. I haven't even put a timing light on it yet. That's probably half its problem. But yeah, there you go. Will the Barra run on a Dizzy and a Carby? Yeah, it will. Not real good at the moment, but it will. So yeah, as always, I appreciate you watching. If you can do us a favour, like, comment, share and subscribe. I'll catch you on the next one.